feels uncertain and sometimes strange, but one thing I've learned is it won't stay the same. Even in the darkness, I'll be okay. The sun will come up, the seasons will change. The sun will come up, the seasons will change. The sun will come up.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Blooming with KK. I'm so excited that we are back here on this journey. I'm sorry that I took so long to restart my vlogging, but it was much needed some mental space. But we're gonna hop right into it because you know why you're here, I know why I'm here, and I am ready to blossom. So today's topic is on setting your mark and meeting it. I remember year 2014 when I was back in school in Oregon and life hit me hard. I literally, to this day, I labeled 2014 the year of my downfall, my worst year ever. And this is 5 years later. I remember this day in January of 2014, kneeling down, praying to God in my dorm room and saying to him, God, if you wake me up tomorrow, I'll continue this journey you have for me. But if you don't wake me up, I know it wasn't meant to be and I'll be okay. And it seems like such a stupid prayer, like when you think about it, but as I got in my bed, I really hoped that he didn't wake me up. The next morning, I woke up and I remember just staring at my ceiling, just thinking, okay, I gotta do this. And I let out this big sigh and I got up and I got ready for my day. I made the mental decision that I wasn't gonna let what I was going through defeat me. And needless to say, the year didn't get any better. In fact, it only got way worse. But at that moment, I decided that I was gonna figure out a way to continue on my path. I was gonna figure out a way to still pursue my dreams, even though I felt like I had lost everything. You see, for me, 2014 was the year that God challenged me and he brought me to my knees, and I really felt like I lost everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything that I ever known, track, school, friendship, I lost it all. Fast forward a few months into fall of 2014, I lost the closest person I ever had to a brother in a fatal car accident. And if I thought what I went through in January was hard for me, September just hit me for the worst. When I tell you I cried for 4 months straight, I cried for 4 months straight. To the point where I didn't pay attention in class. I was going to my academic advisor for counseling. And in fact, by the end of the semester, December, I got my report card and I was put on academic probation. In that moment, I was back home in Eleuthera and I was driving with my sister and I told myself that I wasn't going to become that person that was always top of the class, really good athlete, just all around outstanding student, but a person, and they hit a wall and they just never recovered from it. I literally made a mental choice that I wasn't going to become what I was going through. I would beat it somehow, some way. So my journey continued. I didn't fail college. I graduated 2017, praise God. But that's not what this vlog is about. This vlog is about setting your mark and meeting it. Do you know where you're going? Do you know where you're truly going? Do you know who you are? Do you know what sets your soul on fire? Do you know what makes you happy? Do you know what gives you joy? And you see, I think a lot of times on our journey, we get distracted. At some point, we do know where we're going, or we have this plan for our lives, or we set goals, and we get distracted so easily by things and people around us. See, when things are looking up and things are going our way, it's easy to see that goal and that vision and that person that we are aspiring to be. But then all of a sudden it becomes influences. Influences come into the picture, and people come in the picture, and love comes in the picture, and all these other factors that stray you away from where you're actually going. Sometimes it helps you to where you're going, and a lot of times it distracts you, and we easily get distracted. It's almost like we have like a fish memory or something. But like I said, we easily get distracted. One of my favorite things to say, or something that I say often, love makes us stupid. And it shouldn't be one of the favorite things, but it's the truth. A lot of times we are broken down in love when we should be wrapped up and built up in love. However, a lot of times we find ourselves just broken, heartbroken. You know, one of the worst things that you can ever experience is loving someone and never being loved in return. And one of my favorite quotes is that the greatest thing that you'll ever learn in life is just to love and be loved in return. But how many of us actually go through that process? How many of us have loved someone and you never really got that love back? I see people posting quotes all the time to say some of us are just meant to love people more than they'll ever love us. And I don't believe that. I honestly do not believe that. I think a lot of times we pour out the love that we have into the wrong people, and that's why we never get it back in return. But this vlog is not about that. This vlog is about setting your mark and meeting it. There's no reason why people should have such a big influence on our happiness. We let one person ruin our day. Someone cuts us off on the highway and we're so mad. We're so just heated. Someone breaks our heart and we're going 6 to 7 months, more or less, just crying, just trying to get over them, just trying to heal in the process when they moved on. And I got to a point where I was like, no more. I cannot let someone else control my happiness. So I said to myself, I'm not talking to anyone in 2018. I'm not. I can't do it. But this vlog is not about that either. This vlog is about setting your mark and meeting it. So what do I mean? For me, 2018, I decided, okay, I need to figure out who exactly I am. I need to figure out exactly what makes me happy. I need to figure out what even irritates me and why does it irritate me and what can I do to fix that. I need to accept the fact that my happiness does not come from other people, because it won't. If you let other people control your happiness, you will never be genuinely happy, because people are selfish. People care about themselves, and a lot of people, in truth, care about themselves more than they care about you, whether they love you or not. If you put your heart in the hands of someone else, I promise you it will break for every single time. You must learn to love yourself and then let someone love you. Because if you look for love in someone else, you'll never find it the way that you're looking for it. It's just crazy to me that we set out on these journeys in life and we let some boy or some girl just throw us off our path. Say no. Say no to every distraction that comes into your life. Say no for everything that doesn't meet with what you want. Say no to everything that doesn't meet your values or your motives or the lifestyle that you want to live. You need to figure out what is the priority in your life. What is the thing that's most important that you want to meet? And when you figure that out, then you make sure that you meet that mark and don't let anything get in your way. If money is a motive, secure that bag. If that top master's degree, doctor's degree, bachelor's degree is a motive, secure the degree. If you just want to inspire your country, inspire your island, inspire the world, then make sure that you have the greatest story to ever be remembered, ever be told. You make sure that you are legendary. You make sure you go down in history. Whatever it takes, you make sure you set your mark and you meet it despite what anyone says. If love is the goal for you, if having a family better than the family that you grew up in is the goal for you, you make sure that you find genuine love and you stick it out until God calls you home. You find the love that you was never given. You create the family that you wanted to grow up in. You make your future better and your life better than you wanted, or that better than what you grew up in. Set your mark and meet it. This year I really want to focus on me. I really want to focus on my soul and what I'm going through in life. And I just got to figure out some things. So I'm not really sure like what I'm doing exactly. They're going to hit you and be like, well, I thought last year was your selfish year. And you got to be strong enough and bold enough to say, yeah, it was my selfish year and so is this. Because it's still some fine tuning I have to do, and it's still some things that God wants to show me, and it's still some things I have to figure out and find out for myself. And if I let you in, me and you might fall together, and then who's going to pick us up? We got to figure that out. Do not enter my life and disturb my peace until I figure out what my peace is, or you figure out what your peace is. Because sometimes we look for other people for the answers and we don't have it. They don't have it. You cannot tell me what is best for me if you're not God, or period. If you're not God, you don't know what's best for me. And I gotta listen right now. You distracted me. I'm sorry, but I need to listen right now. I need the silence. He's putting me through something right now because I need to hear him, and I can't hear him with you in the picture. So I have to take this time to listen. And that's the problem. A lot of us don't like to listen. We like to just get caught up in the go. We like to go, boy. We out this day, that day. And sometimes God just hits us and makes us sit down and listen to him. And we hit a wall and we just like, God, like, get me out of it. But he's not going to get you out of it until you listen to him. God will put you in the same situation over and over and over again until you listen to him. Set your mark and meet it, okay? Stop settling for the love that you don't deserve. I know some of y'all know that y'all deserve better. I know it. I know it. I put myself in enough situations that drained me mentally, physically, and spiritually, and left me to where I'm not even sure who I was. True story, one of my sisters called me a hypocrite before because she said that, Christina, you do all of this talking about what you accept and the person you are, and then you find yourself in situations and you don't stand up for who you say you are. And you know what? She was right. I hated it in the moment, but she was right. I have settled so many times for situations that was so below me, and I knew I should not have been in. And the crazy part is that it cost me so much more stress than I needed. Life is going to hit me anyway. I'm not going to hit my dreams just like that. Success goes like this. It's a roller coaster. But I wanted to add some extra pressure. I wanted to add some extra stress. I wanted to knock myself off on the floor. Why are we doing that? Set your mark and meet it. And I'm saying that because in 2019, people had mottos. People knew what they was going to get after. And when I was asked, like, so what's your goal for 2019? I didn't have one. You know what I've been telling people? Oh, I'm graduating this May. Then they're like, what's next? I don't know. Okay? I don't know. Okay? But I'm graduating. And that was my goal. Literally to just graduate, which I know I'm going to do anyway. But I didn't have a goal. And I thought that I had to create a new one. I thought it couldn't be my selfish year anymore because 2018 was my selfish year. 2018 was the year of Christina. So 2019 has to be something bigger and better. But why can't it still be the year Christina? You trying to tell me in 365 days, I figured out everything I needed to know and now I'm just ready to just attack the world? I'm not. You're not. Growth is a process. You ever realize that for a tree to grow, you have to cut it down some, and then it grows bigger and bigger, and then you cut it down, and in order for you to grow, you have to be cut down, and then you grow bigger and taller and stronger. Don't hold your head down when life hits you. Just know that you are growing, and for you to get to that next height and, you know, become the best tree, the best flower that you're going to be, you got to get cut down sometimes. But when you get cut down, like I said, you don't look the next way. You don't hold your head down. You hold your head high, and you focus on that goal, whatever it is for you. You set your mark, and you meet it. No matter what, it's too much of us just settling, just getting by, just being so desperate for something to work out in our life that we settle for anything. No, set your mark and meet it. Steve Harvey once said, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. And I always believed this. I didn't hear that saying from him until like maybe year 2016, but it was always something that I believed, that this vision that God put in my heart, this goal, this dream that I see in my mind is real. I'm not seeing this so vividly because it's not real. It's real. Now I just gotta go out there and get it. I gotta put it into the universe and manifest what it is. I gotta speak it. I gotta believe it. I gotta write it down. I gotta talk about it. I gotta see it each and every day. That's how it's gonna come. That's how you're gonna bring it to life. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So that love that you want, the money that you want, the career that you want, the family that you want, it's out there. Set it. Set your mark. Set your values. And meet it. That energy that you put into someone else, put it into yourself. Because a lot of times I find that in love, we put ourselves on the back burner. We automatically want to see the other person grow, and we want to see the other person happy, and we want them to just be uplifted more than we want for ourselves. We put ourselves in automatic second place when we should be in first. Don't put yourselves on the back burner. You are first. Self-love comes first. Learn how to love yourself in 2019. That's all I'm saying. Set your mark and meet it. Whatever it is for you, I don't know what your goal is. That's why I'm just throwing it all out there. I don't know if it's love, I don't know if it's money, I don't know if it's career. Whatever it is, set your mark and be able to say no to everything that's not going to get you to where you want to be. It's just, for me, I have to be crazy enough to see what's around the corner. I'm just a little bit crazy enough to see if what God has put in my heart is really out there. And maybe I might waste my time, or maybe I might strike gold. But you never know until you take the jump, until you trust your faith, and until you put your hope in the big man upstairs. So as we continue this journey of blooming, as we continue these talks, first things first, figure out who you are, where you're going, and who you're aspiring to be. Set your mark and meet it. And be bold enough to stand firm and say no to everything that comes in your path. This is Blooming with KK. Remember, wherever life plants you, bloom with grace. See you next time. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you.
The sun will come, the seasons will change.